Yo, what's up YouTube? Thank you guys for tuning in to another video on the channel. Today, I gotta talk about this Stephen A. Smith situation. Honestly, the more I think about it, the more it's really getting on my nerves. And it's really starting to piss me off. The more time goes on, the less I'm starting to like Stephen A. Smith. It's just as time passed, his whole shtick, his whole persona that he does and the way that he covers the sport of basketball, the NBA in particular, it really bothers me. If you're aware, unless you're sleeping under a rock, then you're aware of this whole situation he had where he was approached by LeBron James in the middle of a game. And there's so many different takes on this situation, and there's so many different reactions to it. And some of them are valid, but I really think that a lot of people are being extremely disingenuous with this entire situation, and so much so that it's really annoying me. So here I am today. So if you're not aware, a couple weeks ago during a Laker game, during a timeout, LeBron James approached Stephen A. Smith. In the middle of everybody, I guess, in front of everybody, in front of cameras, people saw it in front of the crowd. They had an altercation. At the time, nobody knew what was said, but it comes to find out that basically LeBron James told him to stop fucking with his son. Since that moment, Stephen A. Smith has come out and he has said that LeBron James was weak and that it was bullshit for LeBron James to approach Stephen A. Smith, particularly because he was sitting there in front of people, in front of, I guess, some friends of his of some sort. And a lot of people have had so many takes about this, and this take stems from, it's more than just this altercation. There's more to it than that. And it's really bothering me the way that people are covering this. Okay? We have to rewind the clock. A couple months ago, the Lakers were playing the Philadelphia 76ers. Because of injuries, if you watch the Lakers, they were dealing with injuries at the time. They were missing a couple players. They decided to play Bronny James in the rotation more than they usually do. He was tasked with guarding Tyrese Maxey. Rookie Bronny James his assignment was Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey then proceeds to drop like 40 points. Of course, obviously, it's Tyrese Maxey. Stephen A. Smith then comes on the air the next day and goes on this whole lecture diatribe for 10 minutes, pleading to LeBron James as a father to end it, to stop it, to stop this farce, this fallacy, these shenanigans. This he goes on this whole long rant, basically saying that Bronny James is not NBA ready, that LeBron James is basically a bad father, and that they need to stop this, this game or whatever. And this whole situation, the reporting with quotes, by the way, on this is so disingenuous. It's so BS. It is really irritating. And I'm going to explain to you why. Number one, Bronny James was drafted with the 55th pick. That's damn near the last pick of the second round. Okay? So let's not act like he was drafted, first round and he had some high expectations. Okay? Let's start. He was drafted in the 55th pick. Let's keep that in mind. Because people are putting expectations on this guy and talking about this guy and analyzing this guy as if he was drafted with the number 1 pick. Let's keep in mind, here's the thing. He was already projected to be a top 15 pick. Bronny James was a McDonald's All-American. At that time, he was projected to be a top 15 pick. Go look it up. That is facts. What happened? He has a heart attack. I think it was a heart attack. Goes into cardiac arrest, whatever it was. Has a surgery. I don't know what anybody's dealt with. I don't know what type of injuries anybody's ever had. I don't know what sports you've played. But having a heart issue is a million times different than breaking or straining or tearing something. That's totally different because that's your heart. That's your lung. That's your blood. That's your main vital organ. You feel me? So expecting him to come back and play at a phenomenal level immediately is crazy. The very next season he plays, and he doesn't have that good of a season. He averages like 5 points, backing up another guard. I think it was 2 other players who were clearly better than him. He's coming off an injury and he's playing backup to players who are clearly better than him, and people are expecting him to have outstanding stats for what? Okay, but besides that, he's coming off injury, he has a decent year, and he gets drafted with the 55th pick, and people are acting as if he's just some bum off the street. As if he's never played professional basketball in his life. As if he's, you know what I mean? As if he's literally just a rando. Right? If his name was not Bronny James, nobody would have an issue with him being drafted. I think it's very disingenuous. I think my second point is the only reason people, and like I said, the only reason people are even on his head like this is because his father is LeBron James. Okay. Now, where I think LeBron James is wrong is one with the Stephen A. Smith situation. I do believe you probably shouldn't have approached him during a timeout in the middle of a game. That's something you do after the game. That's my only issue. Like, if as soon as that whistle went off, he turned and instead of walking to the locker room, he went straight to Stephen A. Smith to address him, I would have had no issue with that. I think addressing him during a timeout, or maybe there was like a quarter break, that's a little, you probably should have waited after that. But outside of that, I have no issue with what LeBron James did, because Stephen A. Smith was out of line. Critique the basketball player. Why are you coming on a national televised program questioning somebody's fatherhood? And I don't really want to bring up the whole black African, I don't really want to use that angle, but just as a side note, as a black man, you see another black man involved in his son's life, trying to do his best, be a good example, do his best, raise his kids or whatever, and all of that. And because you think his son isn't that good of a basketball player, you're coming on here questioning his fatherhood is crazy. It's crazy. Like, Stephen A., I understand you have 40 years of reporting history, whatever it is, but that's all BS when you do shit like that, bro. How is that reporting? What type of basketball analysis is that? You're attacking someone who was drafted with the 55th pick. But that's not even icing on the cake. I want y'all to look at this. Bronny was drafted with the 55th pick. Okay? In the NBA this season, he's averaged 4 minutes a game. He's played 4 minutes a game. He's played, I think it was 8 games, 12 games. He's played 4 minutes a game. Why? Because they put him in garbage time. He's a rookie who was drafted 55th. Alright, he plays 4 minutes, averages 1.4 points, 0.4 assists, 0.4 rebounds, 0.2 steals. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not good. But he's 55th pick in 4 minutes. I don't know what you're supposed to do in 4 minutes. But okay. Stephen A. Smith goes on this whole rant about Bronny playing badly months ago. Has not said anything about him since. Why? Because since then, he's actually been playing good. Let's look at his G League stats. In the G League, he's averaging 25 and 5. on 25 minutes a game. After that game when he got called out or whatever, I don't remember the exact dates of the games. I could have looked it up. I don't think it's that important. But Bronny had like a week or two where he dropped 35, like twice. He's averaging 25 and 5. In the G League, granted, it's not the NBA. But he's a development player. He was drafted 55th. Like, why are we acting like this is a bum off the street who's never played? But it goes deeper than that. He was drafted 55th in 2004. Everybody's so riled up about Bronny being drafted. Apparently, this is craziness that Bronny was drafted. They wasted a pick on him. Well, the 55th pick of the 2003 draft, the year before Bronny, he was drafted. That was Isaiah Wong from the Pacers. I should have asked you, because I know you didn't know. Of course, nobody knows who the fuck was drafted 55th last year, but okay. Isaiah Wong of the Pacers. Does anybody know his stats from his rookie year? No, you don't. He only played one game his rookie year. So, of course you don't. Okay, but let's just go to his second game, his second season, which is this year. Okay, this year, he plays for the Hornets. Okay, he's played 20 games. He's averaging 13 minutes. Now, granted, he's averaging 6 points, 1.4 assists, 1.6 rebounds in 13 minutes. Now, that's, again, for a 55th pick, you're averaging 13 minutes. That's not bad. I'm not going to, like, shit on him. But he's also playing for the Hornets. He's not playing for the Lakers, where they're actually trying to win. Therefore, their rotation is going to be a lot shorter, right? So he wouldn't even be getting those 13 minutes if he was playing for a contending, team. But however, regardless, he's averaging 6, 1.4, 1.6. Does anybody know who was drafted in the 22nd and the 55th pick in 2022? I don't even know how to pronounce his name. His name is Guy Santos, G-U-I Santos. He was drafted by the Warriors. His rookie year, he played 20 games. In 8 minutes, he averaged 3 points and 2 rebounds. Keep in mind, he's a 6'8 forward, averaging 3 points and 2 rebounds. Again, in 8 minutes, that's not bad. I'm not shitting on him. But my point is, you're not going to tell me that their stats are any different than Bronny's stats. You're not. These are garbage time players playing in garbage time, getting garbage time stats. And in the G League, again, in 26 minutes, he's averaging 25 and 5. And a steal per game. And we're acting like that this is some bum, like Bronny doesn't deserve the 55th pick. Are we being for real right now? Are we being for real? So we're questioning LeBron James' fatherhood. We're doing all of this analysis on Bronny James, who was drafted 55th, as if he's not worthy of the 55th pick. And my whole point of all of this, and bringing all of this up, is because I'm sure LeBron James is tired of it. LeBron James is in his 22nd season. Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith, and almost 80% of all media has spent his entire career criticizing every single step that he has made. But guess what? LeBron James came in at the number 1 pick. Guess what? LeBron James was the chosen one since he was 14. Guess what? LeBron James understood that responsibility and took that responsibility. So it's absolutely crazy to come on here with the same type of level of criticism, the same level of skepticism, the same type of vitriol and hate and all of that to Bron. It's crazy. And LeBron James had every single right to say something to Stephen A. Smith. Keep in mind, Stephen A. Smith is the main one always talking about, oh, you know where I'm at, address me. Like, the amount of times I've heard Stephen A. Smith arguing with somebody, some other media personality, some other player, swearing to God, oh, you know where I'm at. I stand on business. I stand on what I say. You got something wrong with what I say, address it. LeBron James came out of a timeout, turned around, saw Stephen A. Smith there and said, hey, you know what? I'm going to address it. And now all of a sudden he's weak. Now it's bullshit. Honestly, bro, like this whole situation I think it's really ridiculous. I'll admit I'm a LeBron fan, but I think it's really getting to the point where like the people that hate LeBron, they're just outing themselves. It's like it doesn't matter what you do, they're gonna have a problem with it. This man Stephen A. Smith said that he wasn't going to address it unless it went viral. Meanwhile, this nigga has done 6 interviews in 2 days. 6 interviews, 2 podcasts, 15 fucking TikToks, made 3 tweets about it, but he wasn't going to address it because until it went viral. He's so full of shit. Like these media personalities, the way the NBA is covered is really disgusting. It's really disgusting. And as a fan of the NBA, bruh, like at first I was kind of upset about that TNT deal, but I'm actually happy about it. I'm glad that shit's gone. Get Shaq and Chuck the fuck out of here. These dudes clearly don't even watch the games, bruh. Why are you commenting, having these opinions and these arguments, and you're not even watching the game? Stephen A. Smith, get him the fuck out of here, bruh. Skip Bayless is already gone. Come on, dude. Like the way the game is being discussed is crazy. There's no nuance. It's all narrative pushing and bullshit. No way you sit up there for 20 years, for 40 years on your platform, say so much bullshit, say all of this bullshit, swear to God that you're untouchable, swear to God that nobody will step to you. You say to everybody, oh, I don't back down, I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and if you got a problem with it, step to me. He said that so many times. And now a player has a problem with you saying something, not about him, about his son, not about something the way that his son is playing, but you're questioning his fucking fatherhood. And you have the audacity to say that he's weak for that, and that is bullshit, and then to double down on your point, Stephen A. Smith, you're a fucking clown, bro. You're a fucking clown. And honestly, at this point, I think honestly, I don't even. I don't even have you're just a bitch. Like, it used to be entertaining. So many people say, oh, they just entertainment, just entertainment. It's not just entertainment, bro. It's not, because they're supposed to be the ones pushing the game. That's their job. Analyze to push it. They're the front lines. The casual fans are watching you. So your casual takes, your narrative pushing, that does matter. And when you're shit at your job, that makes the NBA product look like shit. And Stephen A. Smith, I'm sorry, you're shit, bro. You're shit. Like, this whole situation has just exposed you. Like, you were already a clown. I already knew you were a clown. But this whole situation is just, as you can tell, it's great. It's annoying the fuck out of it. But that's all I gotta say for now. If you disagree with me, please let me know where I'm wrong. Please tell me how I see this situation wrong. Because I don't know. I'm being objective as I can. We're levying all of this criticism at the 55th pick, who's playing exactly like a 55th pick. The only reason we have this much smoke for Bronny is because of his father. And because you hate his father, you're trying to levy that shit off on him, and that's crazy. You're begging to LeBron as a father to stop this farce. Because his son is playing like the draft pick he is. Meanwhile, your GOAT's pick is out here getting arrested for cocaine and all of this shit, and nobody's saying anything about that. Nobody's begging to Michael Jordan as a father. We're questioning his fatherhood because his son is a 55th draft pick and playing. Like, that's fucking disgusting. Stephen A. Smith, you suck. But that's all I got, man. If you like the video, please like the video. If you don't like it, tell me why. Tell me where I'm wrong. And fuck you. But nah, honestly, thank you for tuning into the video, man. I got a lot more content coming soon, man. Thank you guys for tuning in.